Another morning and another late start, as goes our lives it seems. We're heading out today for another full day, and our first stop is the Vancouver Lookout. And we were just walking along here on our way there, and we saw a reflection of it in this building, and that was a kind of a neat shot, and realized it hadn't done an opening yet. So yesterday after dinner we did just go home and go to bed. We were both exhausted, and today our goal was to get up early and try and make it to the lookout close to when they open at 8:30, but of course that did not happen. We are still making our way there, and it's 20 after 9. So we're just gonna go there and hang out for, I don't know, half an hour maybe, check out the views and see what they have to offer up there. And then we're gonna make our way back to Stanley Park, because we didn't really do Stanley Park yesterday. We, as you saw, spent all day at the aquarium. So we're gonna, I think, get dropped off at the totem poles and then walk as much as we can and explore as much of the perimeter of Stanley Park as possible. But right now we're just boogieing our way to the lookout.
Looks very abandoned, isn't it?
It's in there somewhere.
Let's hope the door's open.
Oh, you guys need to go in the other doors.
This looks more promising.
Much more promising. I was like, what did we get ourselves into? You would think that's also a good indicator.
A nice guy stopped us from going down those steps to that abandoned looking entrance, and told us that it's around the corner. So we went around the corner, and now this looks a lot more promising and a lot more inviting, and also not busy, which is amazing. I should bite my tongue. It's gonna be packed.
What did you do?
I know, I tempted fate again. And he also, I mean, we asked him, is there any good places for breakfast around here? And he suggested a place. Told us it's in like one of the sketchiest parts of town, which doesn't feel like that sketchy because we've been walking in there before, so we'll see what happens. But right now we've got to figure out how to get up the lookout.
Whoa, we got a whole cart to ourselves.
For once, my tempting fate didn't screw us. So she said it's not really busy right now. So we're heading up the elevator. We've been seeing these elevators go up and down ever since we got here. Now we're finally in one.
She said,
oh, wow. It's not the tallest building down here anymore, but what a view. All right, there's BC Place. It looks quite different from this vantage point. And to the left there is their hockey stadium. And our condos are right over there in that little grouping to the right. And apparently this building here with the H on the roof is not the hospital, it's the old post office, and it's mainly only used for movies now. It's just a movie set.
do you remember when we were walking past it and we saw that it used to say Canada Post Office and all the letters were ripped off?
Yeah, and just sort of like the weathering was still...
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what the heck is it, because it's humongous.
Yeah, movie set. All those tall buildings off in the distance is Burnaby. We couldn't see all three ships from Stanley Park yesterday, but that's because the other one here was hiding on this side of Canada Place. Canada Place is, I think, the dock that goes out here with the white sails. And you can see this massive celebrity cruise ship here, the Celebrity Millennium. This thing's massive. And I also like seeing the shipping yard here. All those containers coming and going into the port of Vancouver. There's a container ship right now being loaded or unloaded, I can't really tell. And it looks like there's a full one out there in the bay. I'm guessing it's waiting to be unloaded. Maybe these ones here are waiting to be loaded. There's the helipad. We keep seeing helicopters flying out of the harbor area, but we weren't sure where they're coming from or going. And there we can see it. There's two sitting right on it there right now. There's a really good view of West Vancouver on the other side of the Lions Gate Bridge. Lions Gate Bridge was completed in 1938, and that really allowed the expansion of West Vancouver to happen. And it's now one of the most affluent places and most sought after places to buy a house in all of Canada. Done at the lookout. We're on our way down. That was a really great way to see Vancouver. I wish we kind of did that the very first weekend. Get the lay of the land. It really helps you understand how Vancouver is situated and where things are. So yeah, if you come to Vancouver and you're going to do this, I would do this as early in your trip as possible. It will help you navigate Toronto. It'll help you navigate Vancouver a little bit better. And right now we're in the older of the two elevators. I think we took the newer one up, so we're just going down on the older one, and we're almost down. We made it to one of the places that guy recommended to us. So he recommended Save on Meats, and what was the other place? Acme Diner or Acme Cafe. And we ended up coming into Save on Meats because the menu looked a little bit greasier, and that's what we were after today.
Nicole likes pigs in the
Yeah,
door.
there's pigs everywhere, so they're using pig as their like logo, I guess, maybe. I don't know, it's part of their decor. That sold Nicole. But it's got a really cool like old diner feel in here. They got like an old style bar where you can sit at and eat, and they got booths, which we're sitting in right now, and the menu has some really good sounding stuff. I don't know if I should spoil what we ordered or just wait and show you when it comes. I'm really hungry and I'm really looking forward to what I ordered. The lookout was really good. We did a bit of a recap on the way down in the elevator. Again, I would really recommend doing that when you first come to Vancouver if you're interested in it at all. It gives you a really good lay of the land. And you can actually see pretty far. I was shocked. It's not the tallest building anymore, but you still have a really, really good view out and around Vancouver and far. Like you can see Burnaby. So really neat. Anything you would add?
I would. My two favorite factoids.
Factoids?
My two favorite factoids about the lookout. One, it was built by the same people who built the CN Tower in Toronto, so that's very awesome. And then the gentleman who opened the lookout was none other than Neil Armstrong, first guy on the moon. So that's very neat. And I would highly recommend this attraction because I've been to other lookouts and they haven't been the best, but this one was excellent because they kept it pristine inside. The windows are huge and clean and clear, so you can actually look out the lookout, and staff is very nice and very friendly, and they're just happy to like share information with you.
When was it built?
1977.
Do you know when CN Tower was built?
No,
I wonder which one was first.
I'm guessing CN Tower. I'm gonna go with CN Tower.
Okay. We'll put the actual answer on the screen.
Okay.
And the details for this place will be in the description.
Yes, they will be. The details for this place will be in the description. So we've been gone for a while. What happened to us?
We've been MIA. So we went to that place for breakfast, Save on Meat. You saw that. You talked to one of the guys there. It's an interesting place. What did you find out?
Well, I noticed that it looked really retro, but at the same time, it had a very like high hipster vibe. And I talked to one of the guys, and it turned out that Save on Meats was like original butchers, like a Vancouver iconic butchers, and it kind of didn't survive today's economy. So this company came in, and instead of like tearing it down and just starting from scratch, they just kind of built on the theme. They used the same name, and they updated the decor to make it feel just really cozy, and but it had a retro cozy
Very
feeling.
retro, yeah.
Yeah, and they saved a lot of the artwork and stuck it up. And he talked about their meat process, when we actually got him to talk on camera about that.
I'll just roll that clip now, I guess.
Yeah. And tell us who you are.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So I'm Ryan Bird. I'm the culinary director for MBI, the parent company for Save on Meats, and also the project lead for Brazen Butcher, which we're going to talk about today. So the really fantastic thing that we're doing at Brazen Butcher, Save on Meats has always been about our community and giving back and food security as well. So when we reopened the butcher shop, we wanted to continue that work, and part of that work is accessibility. Whether it's our sandwich program or our Plenty of Place program, where we feed the people in the neighborhood, accessibility is a big thing. And one of the things that gets dropped when you talk about accessibility is quality. And a lot of these programs and a lot of the meat that these people are eating is really, it's CAFO product, it's combined animal feeding operation. It's kind of the worst of the worst product because that's all they can afford. So what we've done is we've brokered a relationship with our farmer where they actually get to keep the traditionally most valued cuts of the animal and get to sell those directly to restaurants and to institutions and things like that. So we get the rest of the animal at a much lower price, which allows us to introduce them to some really interesting, really fantastic cuts that maybe they haven't seen before, or maybe doesn't necessarily work in someone else's program. But what it allows us to do is make a local organic product as accessible as possible to a neighborhood that previously wouldn't have access to.
So the food that we are ordering today are from the cuts that you just...
Absolutely.
Excellent.
So, our famous burger and beer special for $10 here at Save on Meats is actually a Cache Creek Farm organic patty. I mean, we don't advertise it, but it's actually some of the best beef you can get in BC, and you can get a burger and beer for $10. And that includes a Persephone beer, which also is Sunshine Coast. Beautiful local stuff, so really awesome program.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
After you had your little chat with that guy, our food came, and I had the fried chicken and waffles, which seems like a real hipster craze these days. And I've never had it before, surprisingly. I don't know. I've been to some places where that's like the thing, but I've never gotten it. So I got it today, and it was really good. Like the chicken was boneless, which made it really easy to eat with the waffles. It had a really good crispy crunch outside, and it was moist and tender inside, and the waffles were pretty good. They weren't the best I've ever had, but they were pretty good. It was all really good. I wouldn't have thought that maple syrup on fried chicken with waffles dunked in gravy with hot sauce would be good, but it was amazing. I mean, what did you have again?
I had their breakfast burger, and it used their patty, mushrooms, 2 eggs, one on top and one on bottom. The eggs were super runny, and my favorite part were the hash browns, because they weren't actually hash browns. They were kind of like thickly cut kettle chips that they deep fried, and that was spectacular.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, it was a neat place.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting vibe. And then after that, we headed back to Canada Place, and there's 3, like I said yesterday, there's 3 cruise ships, but from where we were on Stanley Park, we could only see 2. But on the other side of Canada Place was a huge cruise ship. So we walked around, and I kind of just checked out the cruise ships. You weren't so into that. You kind of came along for the ride.
I came along for you.
Yeah. So I enjoyed checking out the cruise ships and seeing all the activity around them. We've never done a cruise, so it's kind of neat to see how they board. And get all the supplies on and all that kind of stuff.
We like the logistics of it all.
Yeah, it just blows my mind, like how big these things are. Go away, bug. How big these things are and how they manage them all. It's insane. Then after that, we tried to catch the trolley into Stanley Park, but it was just about to leave, so we ran for it. And when we got on, we realized it was going in the wrong direction.
How many stops did it take for us to realize that we were going the wrong direction?
Maybe 2 or 3,
yeah.
But they both kind of go in the same part. Like they start their tour the same, it looks like, and then they split off. So once this one was going across the bridge to Granville Island, and that was when I realized that we weren't going to Stanley Park. So that was a bit unfortunate, but kind of worked out because I was really tired, needed a break. And we just sat on it all the way around the loop. And you wanted to do that city loop anyways. We were going to do that after Stanley Park. So we did that, and now we caught the trolley back into Stanley Park, and that's where we are now. So you're all caught up, and we're just going to walk the seawall and see how far we get before either we run out of time and have to catch the last trolley, or we just get tired and jump on the next one that comes along. So we are sort of at the totem poles, and we might stop in there quickly, but other than that, we're just going to continue on the seawall around. Hopefully we'll make it as far as Lions Gate Bridge. So let's start going. Okay. All right, we've made it down the wall a little bit. We're just at the totem poles, and yeah, one of the cruise ships left, so we missed it. I was hoping that we would be here when it was going to go out, because it looked like it was going to go out. They pulled one of their ropes up, and it kind of looked like they were getting ready to set sail. And I was really hoping to be on the other side of Stanley Park near Lions Gate Bridge to witness it leaving, but we missed it. Hopefully we'll see something else leaving. We just saw a freighter of some sort leaving as well, so we'll see what we see when we get over there. Found the 9 o'clock cannon. So this is the one I was talking about. Ooh, there's a plane. There's a lot of seaplanes around here. This is the cannon that I was talking about from the Lookout, the one that fires every day at 9 o'clock. When it first was put in place here, it was to signal the end of the salmon fishing in the bay here at 6 o'clock. So we found the actual cannon. That's pretty cool. But yeah, there's a ton of seaplanes that are coming and going out of the harbor here, and I think I found where they're flying from. Just past the floating gas station there, there's a whole bunch, and a couple have left since we were walking along the seawall here. There's Canada Place again. You can see that X sort of towering up over at Canada Place. That's the massive cruise ship we were looking at earlier today. And here comes a seaplane. Have I got it? There it is. Coming to land, it looks like. We're making our way still around the perimeter here of Stanley Park on our way to Lions Gate Bridge. There's a lighthouse we're going to hit soon, I think. This area is starting to bring back memories. I'm getting flashbacks here, walking along this sidewalk or the path along the seawall here with this wall on one side and then the bay on the other side, and across the bay on the other side there are these big glowing yellow piles of sulfur. It's very familiar. This is, I think, getting close to where I sat for a while and watched a huge freighter ship be brought into the port. And I was hoping, I mentioned this already, I think, I was hoping to relive that experience, but I don't know if we're going to get lucky enough to catch a boat being brought in. But yeah, it's very picturesque and beautiful down here, even with all the industrial stuff. Maybe it's just that I find the industrial stuff really fascinating and I like watching it all. But we're going to go up and check out this lighthouse you can see behind me. I forget what it's called, but we'll go rectify that and continue along our walk on the seawall here. Got the name for you. It's Brockton Point Light Station. So this is Brockton Point. Must have been roughly here, probably where I sat and watched the freighter come in. Watching it come in under the bridge. It's too bad we're not going to catch that this time. You probably actually wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as me, but it's kind of neat. Imagine just seeing a huge freighter coming through under the bridge there. It's hard to imagine how big it would look against the bridge, but from what I remember, it was quite big. There goes our trolley. But yeah, I think if we lived here, I'd come and sit here a lot, sit in this area a lot and just watch the bay, the harbor here, taking the air. It's actually like really fresh, nice, cool air coming in off the water, and you can hear the water breaking down there on the shoreline.
I'd come with you, but I would bring a blankie and a pillow and just. I'm sleepy now, and this bench is surprisingly comfortable.
No, you wouldn't.
Imagine like what I could do with a blankie and a pillow. Whoa.
I don't think that's what you do.
What would I do?
Be playing Pokemon.
Shh! I don't play that game.
Yeah. So I think we're both kind of destroyed today. Today was definitely not a great day compared to yesterday. It was okay.
Yesterday was spectacular.
Yeah, yesterday was a really fun, great day. Today is just I don't know, I'm personally really tired and dragging my feet a little bit. I don't know, we're not doing things you're super interested in maybe. I don't know, just maybe the aquarium was just so amazing that anything after it would have been dwarfed.
It ruined us.
It ruined us. We were never to have fun ever again. I think.
No, actually, I really did enjoy the lookout.
Yeah, the lookout was cool.
The lookout was really good.
Yeah. And I do enjoy the just sort of leisurely walking along the seawall, taking in the sights of what's going on. But it doesn't make for a very interesting video, I don't think.
It's very crowded at the park today.
It's the long weekend. It's May 2-4 weekend. I wonder
but we're not getting the. I think it's because we're not getting the peaceful vibe, the peaceful like return to nature.
There goes a seaplane. Sorry, you were saying?
I was saying, I know what it is, that I don't feel like I'm getting re-energized and I'm not connecting with nature because there's just tourists and people everywhere. People taking selfies, people on their phone, just...
People taking video.
People taking video. But I mean, like, it's just a lot of it. So
yeah, there's a lot of people here.
It hasn't been one point where it's been peaceful.
That's true.
Yeah. And our breakfast today, the food was pretty good and the environment was cool, but I think our server was hungover because there was pretty much no service.
Yeah, he was not very good.
So that also adds to the experience.
He definitely had that vibe of, I partied too hard last night. I really don't want to be here right now.
Yeah.
But
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, so I think we're just going to continue a little bit longer on the seawall, see how far we make it. We're kind of aiming for the bridge. And around there is a trolley stop. We're going to get back on that and get back home and probably chill, not do too much the rest of the day. But like I said, that doesn't make for a very interesting video, unfortunately. So yesterday's video is going to be amazing. Today's is going to be meh. A little meh. But maybe the bridge will be super interesting and we'll have something really fascinating to share with you. We'll find out.
Is the bridge a ride?
You could walk on it. Does that make it a ride? You could drive on it. It's kind of like a ride.
Does the bridge have a museum like London Bridge?
No.
I don't know. How is this bridge going to be interesting?
I don't know. But
well,
now there's no hope. Thanks a lot.
No, I know we could.
Let's not even bother now.
We could just make up some factoids for everyone. That'll be interesting.
Okay. We found our stop, so we made it to the next stop. We could go on, but this one should be here any minute, so we're just gonna get on it and get home. We are exhausted. We're both tired. Nicole just literally said, I have a headache, and I'm not feeling that great there either. I think we haven't had enough liquids today.
Yes.
We've hardly had anything to drink today so far, so we'll go home. I think we might at least go do the pool or something for a little bit, do a little bit of a workout, and then we're gonna have dinner at home. I think we're gonna go get some sushi or some sashimi, take it home, and have a relaxing night at home. We haven't done that in a long time. That'll be great, sitting on the couch. Wow, we're like the Walking Dead. Nicole has a headache. I'm just exhausted. I guess I don't have a headache. She's probably got it worse off than I do. And we have picked up some food for dinner. We went back to Samurai Japanese restaurant because the sushi was so good there. We got some more sushi, and then we stopped at this bakery that we've walked by several times, and I've been tempted, and every time we talk ourselves out of it, but this time we talked ourselves into it, probably because we're so tired and weak right now. So we're just walking back to the condo. I think we're going to force ourselves to go do a bit of exercise, especially after making a stop at the bakery. And we'll show you what we got. Sushi is pretty much the same as yesterday, I think, but the bakery stuff looks amazing. That place was, every time we walk by it, it's jammed, and today it was jammed, and I can see why. The stuff looks really quality, and the prices are really reasonable. So we'll definitely show you that. And we're just dragging our butts back home now, so we'll see you back at the condo. Whew, it feels so good to be back home, sitting on the couch. So we got home, I don't remember what the last clip was that we shot. We had gone to that bakery and we were walking home, and we got home and I went down and did a bit of cardio and just did a little bit of workout, did a little bit of exercise just to feel good about myself. And Nicole joined me after a bit. She still has a bit of a bad headache. She's sitting beside me, but she's out of it. And I just got the spread out, so I just got our dinners ready. And by ready, I mean taking them out of the styrofoam and putting them on plates. That's basically all I could deal with today. And I'll show you what we got. So we went again to Samurai. We're really happy with them yesterday. And the trolley that we took today and yesterday dropped us off. Like, one of the stops was relatively close to this place, so we decided to just get off there, pick it up, and walk back. And again, it looks amazing. I'm not staring right at the camera and looking down because that's where the food is. Here, this is what we got. I got similar stuff to yesterday. I got the sashimi, the tuna and salmon sashimi again, and I took a piece of Nicole's dynamite roll, and then I got another tamago, the egg sushi tamago nigiri, and these rolls here are spicy salmon rolls. And the fish, like, look at the size of the sashimi. It's massive. Such good value. And Nicole's plate, she got the same set as yesterday. So she's got 2 salmon, 2 tuna, 2 shrimp, and the dynamite roll. And then she added a scallop nigiri. And so we're just gonna sit here on the couch tonight. We're gonna watch some YouTube. I think we're gonna put on Katie and Eric, one of our favorite YouTube channels, also a travel-based channel, and just relax. And tomorrow is a day off. Thank goodness. It's the long weekend, May 2-4, which, as we call it, Victoria Day, long weekend. And that's really great because tomorrow is going to be our chill day. The last 2 days have been crazy, but tomorrow we're going to chill a little bit. So we're going to eat this up, go to bed, and you'll see us tomorrow. So, good night. I'm going to say good night from off camera.
Night.
I know I said good night, but I just had to come back because I had to emphasize how big this sashimi is. This is massive. Look, there's my head and the sushi. And not only that, that's really big, but these rolls are also really big. It's a really, really good quality fish and good value. They're not skimpy, they give you a lot. And all that food that I showed you, I think was about $35. Mine and Nicole's. So that was that's just kind of blows me away. Nicole's nodding in agreement. So, sorry, I just had to show you that. I have a feeling that we actually will be back for something else in a little bit. Right, this is going to be the last clip of the day, and this is why I'm back. Cake. That is my Black Forest cake, and Nicole's pistachio cream chocolate cake. Oh, that looks really good. So, I don't know, should I try them? I'm gonna try a little bit of Nicole's.
Just a little bit.
All right, so here's a little bit of Nicole's. Mmm. Wow. The first thing that kind of hit me was the chocolate. The chocolate mousse was the predominant flavor at first. And it was really creamy. It had a really rich chocolate flavor, but then the pistachio cream kicked in at the end. And that, it reminds me of the pistachio from, what's that ice cream with all the various flavors? Spumogi, something like that?
Yeah.
I don't remember. But that kind of flavor, really strong pistachio. That's good. Are you sure you want it?
Yes. Step away from it
I
now.
don't know. I might have to eat it for you.
Step away from my cake.
And then I'll try a piece of a little bit of mine. There's a little bit of mine. Mmm. Yours is better. Mine is good. There's actually chunks of cherry in mine. Mmm. Yeah, I definitely like yours better. Are you sure you want yours?
Yes. Step away from my cake.
Alright, we're gonna eat these up and then I think it's bedtime. So this is the last time you will see us until tomorrow. So have a good night.